Hello and welcome to a revision session, looking at how I can fully explain how my evidence proves my point. The example paragraph we'll be having a look at comes from this question here. Was the conservative nature of government the main reason for the failure of the Republican government? So the conservative nature, was it the main reason for the failure of Republican governments? Okay. The failure of the Rump Parliament was only partly due to the conservative nature of its members. We can see immediately that this candidate has a nice clear argument in their paragraph. They think it's only partly as a result of the conservative nature. Let's keep reading and see what comes next. For example, although initially the Rump passed 125 acts reforming the country in 1649, by 1652 they only passed 51 acts. Again, the candidate has good specific evidence in their answer. However, have they actually explained how it proves the point that they're trying to make, that the failure of Rump Parliament was only partly due to the conservative nature of its members? They haven't. They've moved straight on to another bit of evidence. However, it was also difficult for Rump Parliament to survive because they had a shortfall in their income of around £700,000 by 1653. Therefore, it wasn't just the conservative nature of Parliament that caused the Rump Parliament to fail. So, although again they've got some good specific evidence, they've talked about the shortfall of income that faced the Rump Parliament in 1653, they haven't actually explained how that evidence proves the point that they're making. So let's see how much clearer we can make the argument by fully explaining each piece of evidence. First, let's look at the first point we made. For example, although initially Rump passed 125 acts reforming the country in 1649, by 1652 it had only passed 51 acts. Here's the explanation. This increasing conservatism, being slow to pass new reforms that had been promised, caused people to become frustrated with the Rump and therefore more likely to suspend it and attempt to start a new form of government. So it's linking back to the point that they're making, that they think the conservative nature was partly a reason for the Rump's failure. Again, with our second piece of evidence, let's have a look at how it could be much clearer and much more developed as an argument if we fully explained it. However, it was also difficult for the Rump Parliament to survive because they had a shortfall of income of around £700,000 by 1653. In this way, it wasn't just the conservative nature of government making it difficult for the Rump government to survive, as without funds it was too difficult for the Rump to make significant reforms, and therefore this made them unpopular as they were unable to live up to the revolutionary expectations. Therefore, it wasn't just the conservative nature of Parliament that caused the Rump Parliament to fail. So you can see, just by adding these short explanations of each piece of evidence, the argument becomes much, much clearer. So after every piece of evidence, make sure you explain how it's proving the point that you're trying to make in your paragraph. Good luck with your revision, and remember to fully explain how your evidence proves your point.